Now, this fascinated me. This is the sort of thing that you hear about, you read about, but you never get a personal story like this. This is from Lucy, from Liverpool. My husband and I were in Burska, did I say that right? On Saturday. We came face to face with what we believe was a panther. It saw us and turned the other way down the path. Is this unusual? No, she doesn't. Lucy didn't say that. She said, has anyone else had such an experience? And I think if we're very lucky, we can actually speak to Lucy about this. Lucy, are you there?
I am.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, can you tell us a little bit about what happened? You were out with your husband, weren't you?
Yes, and my 4-year-old daughter.
Right. And what did you actually... Was it a fleeting look, or did it last for a while?
It lasted for a couple of minutes, really. We were coming out of a wooded area onto a place called the Meadow in the Mearsands Wood in Burscough. And as we came to walk round the corner, we saw a black animal coming up the path towards us. As soon as it saw us, it turned round and started walking the other way, but it turned back, and my husband had the binoculars at the time, and he actually caught sight of its face. Then, of course, I wanted to look, and I grabbed the binoculars off him, and I actually caught its tail end and saw a big, long black tail. It was a large black cat.
And it was black, but you had a really clear look at that tail then.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been a Labrador or something like that.
It was not a Labrador, and it wasn't a small, normal pussy cat. It was a proper, bigger cat.
And Lucy, has anyone else in the area, have you heard of anyone else seeing this animal?
I did look up research on the internet, and I had seen that somebody had seen such an animal in Burscough before, and also in and around Lancashire.
Wow. And was it scary? Were you scared?
Not really. I was more intent on actually chasing after it, really, so I actually ran after it.
You ran after it?
My husband and my
Well done, Lucy, nice!
Yeah, I like
ran after it. But you didn't get a photo, you weren't expecting to see it?
Sadly, we didn't have our camera with us.
No, of course not. Well, thank you very much indeed. That's absolutely fascinating, absolutely amazing story, and we'll try and follow it up. If anyone else has seen anything like that, we would really love to know.
Well, it is really interesting because I was filming in some woods outside Exeter once, and the warden there said that they get a lot of reports of big black cats in this particular area. Now, it turns out that the fallow deer that live in these woods, a lot of them are melanistic, which means that they're very dark in colour.
Yeah.
And he thinks that people see something, you know, they're walking along a track and they see a black thing bound across the track. Don't expect it to be a deer because you think of deer as being paler than that, and sort of think, wow, that must be a cat. But I have to say, Lucy's story sounds like she actually got a really clear view
look,
of it.
didn't she?
Yeah.
Why are they always black? What do you reckon, Chris?
Well, it's very easy to be sceptical about these things,
yes,
to be quite honest with you, but there are a lot of reports that come in. It sounds like Lucy had a very good look at the animal. It wasn't a fleeting glimpse. She was looking at it for a couple of minutes with binoculars. Such a shame she didn't have a camera.
Yeah.
And years ago, we made a programme about the potential for these animals to be abroad in the British countryside. And it is possible. In their native country, they're incredibly shy.
Yeah.
Sightings of the animals would therefore be rare, but what wouldn't be rare are finding their kills and the marks that they leave behind, scratching of trees, footprints and that sort of thing. Right. So, yes, there's a potential they're out there. They're always probably going to be at very low densities, no danger to us because we're not going to bump into them. That's the bottom line. They're very shy and they're feeding on either stock if they're a big animal or smaller things. But I mean, Charlie, we'll just go to you as well because you worked on that programme many years ago now. Subsequent to that, have you heard any other reports about large cats or out and about?
Yeah, no, I spent a long time looking into it, and I ended up being more confused than I was before I started. I think my biggest problem with it is where are the spotted cats? Because if they're big black cats, they're either leopards or jaguars. And if there's lots of black leopards or jaguars wandering around, well, surely there should be some spotted ones wandering around as well. Because you don't get black pumas. Everyone says, oh, it's a puma. Well, you don't get black pumas. So it's not. It's either a leopard or a jaguar. So that's my big problem, is where are the spotted ones?
Charlie, while you're there, questions have come in for you. Nice one, Kate.